In 2026, air combat no longer depends on who sees the enemy first. It depends on who locks on faster, who reacts in milliseconds, and whose missile can outmaneuver anything thrown at it. And China's PL-10 short-range air-to-air missile has become a symbol of that new reality. The PL-10, used by China's most elite fighter jets, including the J-20, J-10C, J-16, and FC-31, is often described as China's answer to the world-famous AIM-9X Sidewinder. But in 2026, something unexpected happened. The PL-10 received a full upgrade package that makes it smarter, faster, and even harder to dodge. This is not just a missile, it is a hunting system. The PL-10 was designed for what pilots call the knife fight zone, where jets fight within visual range, twisting and turning at insane angles, searching for an opening. Traditional missiles struggle to maintain lock while the jets maneuver. But the PL-10 thrives in chaos. When a pilot moves his helmet to look at a target, the missile follows that exact gaze. This is called HOBS, High Off-Boresight System, and it allows the missile to lock onto a target that is not even directly in front of the jet. Imagine two jets dogfighting. One breaks left, dives, rolls, and tries to shake off pursuit. With most old missiles, that might work. But with the PL-10's advanced imaging infrared seeker, once the missile sees the target, it keeps locking, even when the aircraft tries to hide. That infrared seeker, upgraded in 2026, now uses improved cooling systems and artificial intelligence image processing to better recognize heat signatures from engine nozzles, even with flares released. The missile's turning ability, supported by thrust vector control, means the PL-10 can change direction with extreme aggression. Reports indicate maneuverability that exceeds 50 Gs, a number no human pilot could ever survive, but a missile can. In short, the pilot points, the missile thinks, and the target disappears. Another improvement in 2026 is data link capability. Traditionally, after launch, missiles are on their own, but with this upgrade, during part of its flight, the PL-10 can receive correction updates from the aircraft or even from another platform. This is what makes the missile deadly in complex scenarios, where multiple aircraft are maneuvering and the target tries to escape. The PL-10 was tested extensively with the J-20 stealth fighter. China's Air Force wanted a missile that could support a stealth aircraft during intense dogfights. The jet's helmet-mounted display system links directly to the PL-10, allowing the pilot to fire even when the enemy aircraft is behind them at a difficult angle. In some reports, pilots simply look at the enemy, and the missile fires. The missile is not just a device, it's a companion in battle. In 2026, the PL-10's new variant, unofficially referred to as PL-10C, introduced AI-enhanced target discrimination. This means the missile can identify not only heat, but also flight patterns, speed, and evasive tactics. If a target releases flares, the missile analyzes the motion difference between flares and real aircraft and adjusts its pursuit. Instead of being fooled, it learns. Another upgrade focuses on range. China extended the PL-10 engagement zone to nearly 30 kilometers, depending on altitude and launch conditions. That keeps the missile classified as short-range, but pushes it beyond traditional boundaries. Combined with J-20 stealth engagements and high-altitude launch profiles, the PL-10 can neutralize enemies before they even get close. Meanwhile, propulsion advancements reduce smoke output, making launches harder to detect visually. This smokeless feature is critical in dogfights. Every trace matters. At a Chinese airbase demonstration in early 2026, the missile was showcased alongside the J-10C. Observers noted pilots locking onto targets nearly 90 degrees off boresight, and the missile hitting a fast-maneuvering drone representing an advanced fighter jet. The drone deployed multiple flares, changed direction rapidly, and dove toward sea level. The missile chased and struck with precision. Air forces around the world are paying attention. Military analysts argue that the PL-10 has changed Asia's air combat dynamics. Its seeker tech, rapid lock-on, and agility are forcing rival air forces to rethink dogfight strategies. Countries relying on older missiles are suddenly at risk of disadvantage. The PL-10 is part of China's missile-first strategy, where air superiority isn't determined by the aircraft alone, but by the missile carried under its wing. The missile also integrates seamlessly with China's expanding drone and AI-driven warfighting systems. In future combat scenarios, drones may spot targets, fighters may confirm, and missiles like the PL-10 will finish the job. The PL-10 isn't designed to fight old wars, it is designed to win future ones. Experts believe that the PL-10's 2026 upgrades were driven by competition with the United States and NATO. The AIM-9X Block II was considered the king of close-range missiles for years. But China didn't just try to match it. They tried to leap over it. And now, air combat balance is shifting. Behind this missile stands a strategic vision. China understands that winning future air battles isn't just about building stealth jets. It appreciates about equipping those jets with weapons that react quicker than human senses and think faster than enemy countermeasures. The PL-10 is a statement. China is no longer the follower in missile technology. It's a contender, and with each upgrade, it moves closer to dominance. The world is entering a new age of close-range aerial combat, where milliseconds decide outcomes. And in 2026, China's PL-10 stands at the front line of that transformation. Silent, smart, and unstoppable.